Hi Warriors, it's Mrs. Currit, and I thought this week, rather than do a really active yoga practice, I'm going to talk you through Savasana, talk you through a final relaxation pose. That's going to be a deep, long relaxation. We'll be doing a body scan where you're kind of mentally checking in with each of the body parts, and then work on some more of that 3-part breathing that I did in an earlier video to let your body really rest and relax. And then you can take as much time resting there as you want. Sometimes people fall asleep in Shavasana, and that's okay. We in the business, we jokingly call them Shavasana snorers, and it's okay to be a Shavasana snorer. And this time, this might be the kind of relaxation that you need. So I would suggest you lay down for it. If you're going to sit up, you can certainly do a body scan and some breath work sitting up. If you're sitting up, you should sit with your sitting bones toward the edge of the seat so that your knees are directly over your ankles and your hands can rest on your thighs, palm side down, and your shoulder blades can release down. So I'm not leaning back against the chair. I'm sitting upright, nice and tall with a nice long, tall spine. If you're laying down, you can lay on your back you could even lay on a bed if you wanted, with arms resting by your sides flipped, so palms are up and knuckles are down, which opens your chest more and puts your shoulder blades up and in. Or you could lay down with elbows on the floor and palms resting on your belly or your ribs. I personally really love the feeling of of hands resting on my ribs. And you could have legs extended, letting your feet just flop open. You could have knees bent, feet flat on the floor. This is apparently how you show that when you can't see your legs. And or you could have a rolled towel or a rolled blanket or a cushion behind your knees, which lets your femurs drop back into their sockets and lets your knees softly relax. So set yourself up in some comfortable relaxation pose. Seated upright is fine if that's what it feels like for you today. So long, tall spine. Invite the eyes to softly close. Relax the jaw. And begin to notice those things that are already present today. So that might be environmental things, sounds from outside, or the sound of my voice, or you're noticing the feeling of the air in your house, or if you're wherever you're doing this, maybe you're doing this outside. Whatever things you're noticing, maybe the feel of clothing against your skin, or you're clenching your jaw, or you're noticing an area of the body that's sore or doesn't feel great today. Or you might be noticing thought patterns, right? The chitta. In yoga, we call it the chitta. It means mind stuff. Maybe you've got a lot of mind stuff today. It's your constant to-do list, or it's a thought pattern that you keep coming back to. Whatever it is you notice, acknowledge it with no judgment whatsoever, then give yourself permission to let it go. And gently direct your attention back to your breath, moving both in and out through the nose, inhaling slowly and exhaling softly. If you're familiar with a record player, you can think about the gentle way you'd need to pick up a needle on a record. Lift it up and very gently place it on another track. So you can gently pick up your thought patterns, your chitta, your mind stuff, and place them to focus on something else. So right now we're going to let them focus on the breath. Notice the soft rise and fall of the belly as you inhale and exhale. Inhaling, feeling like the belly is filling up with air. Exhaling, softly releasing back towards center. Then notice the breath moving in the rib cage. Inhale, the ribs open in all directions to the front, sides, and back of the body. Exhale, ribs softly release back towards center. If you've never paid attention to your breath moving in your back bottom ribs before, direct breath there now. Really flooding that area with breath as you inhale. Exhale, it's just a soft release back. Notice the movement of breath in the collarbones. So you might want to take one hand and make a right angle between your thumb and your index fingers. and gently place one index finger, one thumb on your collarbones. Inhale toward the end of the breath in. You'll feel the collarbones lift up from inside your body. And as you exhale, they soften back down onto the chest. Take a few breaths to notice the movement of breath in the entire torso, belly, rib cage, collarbones. Big, long, soft, slow breaths in. Full and slow breaths out. Then keep letting your breath do what it will. You don't need to think about manipulating it anymore. And we're going to go through a body scan, reminding each area of the body to relax. You don't need to do anything, no need to wiggle or move stuff around. We're just checking in with each area or part and inviting a gentle reminder to relax. So eyes are still softly closed, body is still fully relaxed. Remind the toes and the feet to relax. Remind ankles, shins, and calves to relax. Remind the knees to relax. Let the knees feel so soft that it feels like your kneecaps could just kind of slide off to the sides. Remind the thighs to relax. See if you can think even as deeply as the femur bones and let them sink down heavily into the hamstrings. Remind the hips to relax, letting breath drop down to the space in between the hip bones, softly opening that area as you inhale, softening more each time you exhale. Remind belly and low back to relax. The entire circumference of the ribs relaxes. Chest and shoulders relax, letting the shoulder blades just melt down toward the floor. Relax upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, and fingers. Remind the neck and the back of the head to relax. Relax the scalp and the forehead, eyebrows and eyes, nose and cheekbones, jaw, mouth, and tongue. Let everything relax, inhaling and exhaling. You can stay here as long as you like. You could use a body scan like this to help put yourself to sleep. Make sure you pause to feel a sense of peace above you and below you, a sense of peace all around you, and most importantly, a sense of peace inside you. I wish you well. I hope you are relaxed and happy and feeling fulfilled while you're at home. I miss you so much. Namaste.